Dhaval. Toastmaster Dhaval, Toastmaster Dhaval will be assisted by Toastmaster Prachi on the content front and Toastmaster Akshay on the delivery front. So let's join our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Naveen, research for adventurous sports. Research for adventurous sports, Toastmaster Naveen.
Okay. Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me just pull up my slide. All right. All right. Can you all see me in the slide?
Yes.
Okay, so I shall begin. It is said in Hindi, जिंदगी दौड़ है, इसमें भाग लो या इससे भाग लो. Life is a race. Either you take part or you run away from it. Several years ago, as I was approaching 50, it dawned upon me that time is running out for me. Time to explore new places, new culture, new adventures. Friends, have you ever felt like that? That time is running out for you to pursue your dreams and adventures? Well, luckily for me, it was quick to realize that it is never too late to be impulsive. It demands exigency. Never too late to travel to the Arctic Circle of Finland, and never too late to also see the northern lights of in Rovaniemi out there. And it is never too late to even experience the sub-zero degree temperature while swimming. That's also an experience of a lifetime. And never too late to even go to swim with the sharks. And never too late to even do rapid river rafting in the Rockies, where even if you do not fall, maybe your instructor might fall in the water and save him instead of saving yourself. Or even some of the most dangerous river rafting in the Rotorua area of New Zealand. Yes, sometimes these things, they can be life-threatening. Now, the thing is, you might ask me, that is, why do I really take up all these things? Just imagine dropping from 15,000 feet in the sky. Now, let me tell you what exactly does 15,000 feet really mean. An average plane, which can be rented, can go up to 15,000 feet, and that's the limit which a plane can go as per Aviation Authority of Singapore. Pilots also refrain from flying at the greater heights than above this, as per the National Institute of Health, because the lack of oxygen at this level can cause a thing known as hypoxia, or that is the reduction of oxygen within our blood vessels. Now, while jumping from this height, the only thing I could see were the snow-capped mountains in Queenstown, New Zealand, from where you've got some of the best ski slopes in Southern Hemisphere, known as the Remarkables and Cordona Alpine. And to the left, there was the Lake Wikitapu near to Queenstown. As I followed my instructor while jumping down, during the first 15 seconds, I could just feel the gravity of Earth. It was a free fall for the first 15 seconds before he opened up the small parachute. And I really started thinking, I'm approaching 50. Do I really need to go through this? Well, but I had no choice. So it was after 4 minutes I finally landed, and I returned back to the ground where my close ones were anxiously waiting for me. When I showed my friends the pictures like this, the first question they asked me, Naveen, is it safe? Isn't it dangerous? Now, let me tell you, friends, I'm a person who is very averse to risk. And if I can take any risks, I only take calculated risks. Hence, when I started planning for skydiving, the first thing I did was I checked on how dangerous it is. And I found out from the Journal of Science and Medicine in Sports Volume 24, which is an issue which just came up in May 2021, that the fatality in skydiving is 1 out of 200,000. Now, what exactly does 1 out of 200,000 in skydiving really mean? So what does it really translate to? So it translates to that there were 35 deaths and 3,015 injuries, which were reported amongst almost 6.2 million jumps, which was performed by 519,000 skydivers over 10 years from 2010 to 2019. Now let us get more clarity on what this figure really means. What does 35 deaths really mean out of 6.2 million jumps, and how safe or dangerous is it? So let me give you a comparison chart. That is that the fatality in skydiving is 1 in 200,000 jumps, whereas as compared to driving, it is just 1 out of 5555. And in case of, and these are the sources from where I gathered all this report. For driving, I gathered it from US because these are all figures based in US. And in case of pregnancy, it's 1 out of 7,692. So, so hence I was totally convinced that is all right. That seems to be quite safe. If I can drive a car, so definitely skydiving is much more safer, or it appears to be much more safer than compared to what driving is, because it would mean that it is almost it is almost 36 times safer than as compared to driving, and 26 times more than as compared to pregnancy. Well, so what next? The next was I took up the plunge of a lifetime, and nevertheless, uh, like jumping down from 15,000 feet right to the ground, it got me a sense of zero gravity, which was an experience of a lifetime. Now, the thing is, in a nutshell, if I must say to you, what are the steps which must be taken before doing any adventurous sports? It is study about the safety aspects and the thrills involved from any YouTube site, check on the vendor's reliability and the safety record online, and research the safety aspect of any adventure sports. And more or less these days, whenever I go in any airplane, although it's been almost a year since I traveled, as soon as it goes up to 15,000 feet, I really don't get any sense of panic, because I always think, oh, from this level, I've jumped down to the ground. So how does it really make a difference? So friends, if you have a dream and if you are an adventurer in mind, take calculated risks and do what you want to do. Understand your risk, understand the proper planning and proper training and proper guidance, and that will give you the encouragement to take the risks which we might encounter. As it is said, life is not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moment which take our breaths away. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Travel leaves you speechless, and that speechless experience convert you into a master storyteller. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Naveen, for that beautiful journey which you took us on. Next up, we have Toastmaster